140,000 Punjabi Indians, mostly Sikhs, live in the Metro Vancouver area, along with large numbers of Bengalis. But the biggest minority here is Chinese. 1 of 3 households in Vancouver speak either Mandarin or Cantonese as their first language. The Fraser River Gold Rush of 1858 brought many Chinese laborers, first from San Francisco and then directly from China, to do, well, the dirty work. Some stayed on, founding farms and other businesses. Chinese contract workers came to do the most dangerous work on a railroad and suffered the most fatalities, also debts. New European settlers arrived on these railroads and immediately proceeded directly to racism against the Chinese and First Nations. Many Chinese said, well, fuck that, and moved east. British Columbia joined Canada in 1871 and immediately removed the vote from non-whites, declaring White Canada forever. To be fair, that's how people thought in those days. White people, anyway. After the Canadian Pacific Railway was completed by Chinese and other largely immigrant laborers, a head tax on Chinese was introduced in 1885. Then came the 1923 Chinese Exclusion Act, which separated families for decades, sometimes permanently. Many farmers came from Guangdong Province, formerly Canton, and were experts at their trade. In 1926, 90% of Vancouver's green vegetables were grown by Chinese. In 1939, Chinese Canadians sought to enlist in the army for World War II, imagining, like blacks in the States, that they could then be accepted as citizens. They were first rejected, then selected, and afterwards their campaign for citizenship was finally successful. The Exclusion Act was abolished in 1947. For decades, Chinese in Canada had suffered near total segregation. Sound familiar? In recent years, wealthy mainland Chinese have been speculating in real estate here, helping to drive values off the charts. Service workers now have to find affordable housing further from town. The diversity of the Chinese community here cannot be overstated.